Welcome everyone to HFN, also known as HueFin News. Today is June 29, 2021. We are going to look at clean fuel energy stock, CLNE, the ticker symbol. Going to give you all the price prediction. Try to see if we still got a bull case going on in the market for this particular stock. And if we do, we'll continue to go on with our prediction. You guys can see we did one already. If not, we're going to move it to the downside. So if today is your first time ever seeing our video, and you all appreciate that there is someone here who is dropping price predictions on charts without being confused, and you want to learn more, we welcome you. We want you to join our team. You do that by liking the video, sharing the video, also subscribing to the channel. You want to jump on board because we are here literally dominating the space. And the way that we are doing it is not confusing. And we want to show everyone that it's actually possible to predict prices. Even if it's manipulated, you cannot be caught off guard because the information is literally being plotted every trading day to give us more tips, to give us more hints as to where this market is anticipated to go. All right. So if you want to join us, like I said, hit that like button, share and subscribe to this particular channel. Tap that bell notification as well, so you do not miss out on our predictions, because we're not going to give you any fluff, right? We're going to be real. We're going to be honest. We're going to be forthright. If we expect the price to go higher, we'll tell you. If we think the price is going to go lower, we'll tell you. Because one thing we realize in this space is that we're at the mercy of the markets. So what's the point of being emotional? What's the point of being hyped up or gassed up just to be let down, right? So many retail traders are being hyped up in these stocks, and it's amazing how everything based off emotion is seemingly supposed to go up, and when it goes down, that's when they get the other aspect of that fearful emotion. And we want to eliminate that. We don't want people to feel emotional when they trade, because you will literally be placed in some terrible positions and ultimately lose all your money, right? And we don't want you all to do that. We want you all to participate with us, be in the know, be prepared for these anticipated price movements so that you can at least save your soldiers before you put them into war. You never want to deploy resources. You never want to deploy your soldiers in a battle unprepared. We prepare your soldiers once you deploy them to where they need to go so that they can get the victory. All right, so we just got finished doing a video for Clover Health, and that was one situation, that was one ballpark that we didn't want to participate in. So we didn't do a price prediction in our Clover Health video. There's times to where every game you don't need to play in, right? If you knew that you were going against an insurmountable opponent, would you want to go against them if you knew you wasn't prepared? No, you wouldn't. The same thing is like the stock market. There are times to where the market is not playable. There are times to where you cannot participate because there's just too much confusion or indecision going on. We try to tip the scale to our favor. Every time we come in and play, we need to tip the scales to our favor. And if you don't see anything, then move on to the next court, right? Go to the next ballpark to where you can play a game that you can dominate in. It's all about winning. And if you want to be on our team, trust me, there are some other teams out there that doesn't have your best interest at heart. We want everybody on our team to win. And if you want to do that, join us. All right. So now let me talk about this real quick. So you guys can see the last time we did our video in clean energy fuel was back on June the 20th. And the market really hasn't given us too much price action since then. Yes, we've seen the price in clean energy go down towards 1060, back down to like 1045. But so far, so good. I mean, the market is still able to maintain its price on our trend. So for the most part, we're still seeing this market in Clover Health maintaining the ability to go higher. Now, for us, one thing I tell everyone on our team is to pay attention to the volume, because it tells us where the big money is and the type of expectation that they're seeing. So I'm actually still seeing the ability for clean energy to trade sideways. That's not bullish, that's not bearish. It gives us opportunity to see how the market is going to play. If we continue to see the weakness like we are already endured since our last price prediction, then we are already under the premise that the market support can still come down to $10. Okay, so let me see what's going on in the market in clean energy on a 3-day time frame. All right. So now this clean energy right here on the 3-day time frame, I'm not really seeing too much. One thing I would tell you is that look at all of this volume and taking a look at how the market reacted kind of tells us that the strength is still in this environment, right? It still tells us that the market is not overly bearish and it's not extremely weak, that the prospect of higher prices is still there. Now, yeah, the market has been selling off, but there's someone with all of this volume buying up clean energy at cheaper prices under the premise that the price is going to go higher later on, right? So keeping that in mind and also seeing how the price in clean energy is still giving us the ability to stay above our ascending line. All of that tells us that the prospect of higher price movement is still on the table, even though we're not seeing it right now. Okay. Now, one thing that you'll become to realize if you're into this market as well is that you cannot time it. If we all could time the market, we all would be filthy rich because we know when to get in and when to get out, right? So right now, yes, the market is still showing a strength, but it's just not ready yet, right? We have to go through all of this volume. We have to go through all of the individuals who are trying to sell their clean energy into the market before the resumption to higher price. And that could literally include us coming, right? So you got to be prepared for this, for us coming all the way down here to $9.50. That is why we came through on our last video on clean energy and told you all that that's where we're looking for the market to grab some support. Might even come to that ascending line. So you got to be prepared for that type of movement when you see this price dip, right? We won't be surprised because we already knew that that was a probable outcome. So he's not going to trick us. He's not going to make us nervous because when we did this prediction, we already was under the presumption that, yeah, we could see this price go all the way down to 950 and we won't trip, right? Because once price goes down to 950, even if it does, we'll see more strength. And if we get that strength around 950, we can still kick back and understand that this strength is still there in clean energy, right? We won't have to be fearful. So let me show you all what we look like on the 5-day time frame. And again, we're still weak. This market here in clean energy on the 5-day time frame is still showing me that we're weak. So I'm still actually under the premise that we can see this price in clean energy go lower, $10, $9.50, right? But that is where I will become a little bit more vigilant and say, okay, since we're down here now, I need to see strength. And if I don't, I'll cut the position, go ahead and get out the prediction and move on to the next play. You feel me? That's how you're able to take the emotional aspect out this space. It's because we already got a plan. So right now, I'm not going to come through and change our prediction, even though I am understanding that the market here is weak. But I like how the market, even amidst all of this volume, all of this transaction that occurred the last 2 weeks, we haven't seen this price really react to it negatively. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue right on with the forecast. This is just simply an update then. An update for us to come through, talk to you all who's on our team, and give you all if anything changed. We looked at the market, opened up the door, came into the store, and nothing really has changed. So right, we're going to come back, see what the market has done since then, take the bag, or cut the position, either or. But we are already under the premise and the plan as to what we'll do. So we're not going to be caught off guard. That's how you're able to dominate in this space. This is how you're able to trade. This is how you're able to invest without being emotional, right? So we're not going to trade. We're not going to change our prediction right now in clean energy. Just going to leave it alone and come back next time. So now, if this is your first time here, like I told you earlier, you see anything different, we're an organization, we're a team that doesn't play on confusion. So if you're a confused person, i.e. you have indicators on your chart, please don't leave us any comments because that simply causes more confusion. The less you have on your chart, the better you are at investing and the better you are at trading, right? So leave us a comment, but don't make it confusing, okay? There's enough confusion already going on within this platforms, YouTube, social media, mainstream media, you have no idea as to what to digest, to ingest, or even skim apart. You don't. So for us, we want to be that clear path to show you all precisely where the market's anticipated to go without being confused. So I want you all to do the same thing. Do that for me. Tell me where y'all think the price in clean energy is going to go without being confused. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And again, I'll see you all on the next one.